Rockies.
Okay, first off, I give Missouri a lot of credit. There's a reason they're the fourth-ranked team in the country. We knew that this was going to be a big challenge coming into this thing, and the margin for error was small. But overall, don't have a problem necessarily losing the dual meet. I did have a problem with effort in some places. I thought, on a positive note, I thought from 157 to heavyweight, we did a lot of really good things. Guys wrestled really hard. We went out there with the attitude that we were going to take the win, and even in some cases where things didn't go well in Jared Hott's match, he was winning. He was trying to get the major for the team, got caught and got pinned by a really good guy. So we can live with that. That's part of wrestling. Didn't feel real good about the effort that was placed from 125 to 149. Didn't think those guys were ready to go when they stepped on the mat, and I think as a coach, we'll take responsibility for that, but we've got to tweak some things. We don't have a lot of time to sit around and lick our wounds. We've got to turn around Wednesday, and we go out to Las Vegas for the Cliff Keen Invitational, which is probably the best tournament in the country this year. So we're going to see a lot of top-ranked teams, a lot of top-ranked guys, and we got to make sure we're ready to go.
Coach, Brent Moore had probably the biggest win of his career. What was the difference for him today to pull off the big upset?
Well, first off, that wasn't their starter. He wrestled a second-team guy, so he went out there and wrestled okay. I thought his effort was pretty good, but yeah, he didn't wrestle Ironman.
With Jared Hall, what exactly happened there at the end? And you mentioned already about how he was just going for the major decision victory to try to get the 4 points there when you needed it.
Yeah, he was good. I think he was tired. He had scored a lot of points, wrestled really hard in that match. He knew that we needed to get a major. If he gets the major there and then Dunn wins, it ends up a tie match. I don't know who wins on criteria, but he was going for it, and I think he just got in a position where he got rolled through. He got his momentum going too much and probably got a little bit too high in that position, and got caught and got pinned. That's part of wrestling. That happens. And again, I don't have a problem with where he's at, and he's devastated by it. But, it's November, and to me, his effort was really good. And besides that last scramble there, his wrestling was really good as well.
How nice has it been for y'all to have David McFadden back after all the injuries he went through and having to kind of wrestle independently while you guys were redshirting him? And how big of a difference is he making for this team?
I think I wish we could start the dual meet at 165, to be quite honest with you, because I think his energy and his effort is contagious. He comes to practice every day with an attitude to get better. He's constantly working on his wrestling, so it's great to have him back in the lineup. He needs to maybe tweak some things and get better in some areas, but again, he goes out there and he's ready to go, and his effort is awesome. It's off the charts, so we need some guys to kind of learn from David and emulate what he's doing on a daily basis, and then also when he steps out there, compete on match day.
How big it was to see Andrew Dunn kind of after when the match was kind of decided as a whole come out and put in a big effort and get a victory, and what have you seen from him recently?
Andrew has made a lot of progress in the last 6 months. I've said this before. He's doing a nice job. He has a knack for figuring out how to win close matches. I'd like to see him start to separate himself a little bit more and start to put up, 2 or 3 takedowns on guys and not wait to the third period to score a takedown. But he's figuring out a way to win as a freshman. That's pretty solid work, but, we got a long ways to go there.
Coach, you have a freshman-heavy lineup at this point. How big is it to get these guys, at least early on, a lot of experience and then take them out to Las Vegas this upcoming week?
Well, I think it's about getting them exposed a little bit, and I think in some areas we got exposed as a team. And, that's why you bring a team like Missouri in here. We knew it was a huge challenge. They've got an excellent team, an excellent coaching staff. They're really good. I think for those young guys, they're making progress in a lot of areas, but we got to continue to evaluate them as a coaching staff and figure out where they need to improve and make some adjustments as they move forward. And, some of that's technical, some of that's conditioning and physical, and some of that's mental.
BC LaPrey's is a guy you kind of put in the lineup recently. What have you seen from him that made you want to put him, and how impressed have you been with some of the big wins and the effort he put in today?
Well, there was a knee injury with Ryan Blease, and that's why BC has gotten his opportunity, but he's taken advantage of his opportunity. Even tonight, wrestled a really quality guy. That guy was an NCAA finalist last year, and I thought, he went out and he was aggressive, and he didn't win all those situations, but he got to that guy's legs, needs to work on some things technically, finishing some takedowns, but BC, I think, is starting to believe in himself. He's got the physical tools to be great. I think he just needs some more experience, and he needs to keep believing in himself.
And lastly, this environment here at the Moss Art Center, what is it like getting to wrestle in here and kind of having the noise kind of echo across the building and really have a tight environment, a loud environment to wrestle in?
It was awesome. You know, I want to, I guess, thank our fans for turning out. And I said this earlier. There was a lot of Virginia Tech athletic events this weekend, and with football yesterday, and then basketball again today. So I know they've had, you know, a lot of those fans went to all three events, and we appreciate their support. And they turned out, and it was a fantastic environment. It's a really cool place, I think, for our athletes to wrestle in and for the opposing team. So it's just very unique. I don't think it's something we would necessarily want to do every match, but I think once or twice a year it's a fantastic environment, and fans did a great job getting behind us. We didn't give them a whole lot to cheer about in those first 4 matches, but I think overall they stuck with us.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Hokies!